Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
What's going on, everybody?
Audio
What's
Jungle.
going on? What's going on? Stay loyal, stay righteous, stay true to yourself. Stay loyal, stay righteous, stay true to yourself.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hey, you ever thought about starting your own podcast, but don't know what to do or where to go or how to even start a podcast? Well, I got the answer for you. It's called Anchor. Anchor is the only app where you can record, edit, distribute your podcast to multiple platforms like Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcast, and other platforms. Why don't you try it out? Just go to anchor.fm and start your podcast and become a podcaster. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy w-ENRI, aka TD8, the Devil's Advocate, and we are back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my nigga Iraq for that, man. That yes, sir. Got that from Iraq. I know him, he gonna hear this and feel mad, but sorry, dude. Iraq was saying this over 2 years ago, and it's still on his Twitch video on demand. Just go back to 2 years ago. Go back to Paul's event. Go to Glizzy Gets Banned. It's on his VOD from 2 years ago. Glizzy, I guess, is a person who was on Grizzly Gang. He said, uh-oh, yes, sir, about to get him banned. Yep, about to get him banned. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, so that was 2 years ago, Hemi, so that did not come from you. Just in case you mad. Oh, well, you'll be all right. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody feeling? As y'all could see from the title, oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Y'all see, between this and the what do women bring to the table, I might be canceled. That woman, see, the crazy thing about the woman, what women bring to the table episode is, I got a lot of good responses, more from the women than I did from the men, which is crazy, right? But, yeah. A lot of people don't want to talk about this because it has to deal with a particular community who they feel like if they speak freely, this community will try everything in their power to get them banned and removed and canceled. I don't give a fuck. Cancel me. I just start all over with a new rollout. But I'm talking about the LGBT plus community. I'm not adding no other letters. You get LGBT and you get a plus out of respect for the friends that I got that are part of that community. But I'm not adding a letter every year. You want to add a letter because you want to be inclusive to people who you shouldn't be inclusive to, which I'm going to explain in this very damn episode right here. But yeah, you got the LGBT people, the community, going after J.K. Rowling. And if you guys don't know who J.K. Rowling is, J.K. Rowling is the brilliant genius, the brilliant mind, the brilliant writer behind the Harry Potter series. The books, the movies, the everything. J.K. Rowling is Harry Potter. For all I care. There is no Harry Potter without J.K. I'm going to be talking about a lot of what there wouldn't be without J.K. But let's get into the story about why the LGBT community is beefing with J.K. Since y'all want to use letters all day. They're beefing JK. All right, let me tell you the incident. There was an incident where a man raped a woman. I'm going to say that again because this is very important. Very important. A man, a grown man, adult male man, had sex with a woman and she did not want to have sex with him. He forced himself onto the woman and took advantage of her by forcibly raping her. Now, she reported the incident. You know, the cops, they sit back, they do their due diligence, they do great police work. They capture the guy. And you know what conveniently the guy does as soon as he arrested? He's arrested. They're about to start the trial and everything. And he goes, oh, yes, tells his lawyer to please speak to the district attorney because when it comes down to sentencing, I feel that they are going to sentence me wrong. I feel that they're going to sentence me as a man who raped a woman when I identify as a woman. Yeah, I know I might have lost you there, so I'm not going to rewind the whole thing. I'm just going to basically say what it is, but in the shorter version. A man raped a woman, and when he finally got caught by the police, he started to identify as a woman. Yes. You heard me. This is what happened. J.K. Rowling, besides people of color, and I'm going to say this again, besides people of color or minorities or any other ethnicity, race, besides Caucadia. That's what I'm going to call you people. Caucadia. Besides Caucadia from the mountains of Caucasus. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else was speaking out. But this one, J.K. Rowling, who's we all know is white, she was like, no, I'm not being silenced. She decided to speak freely and basically say what he's doing is not right. He's wrong. I don't care what he identifies as today. When he committed the crime, he wasn't identifying as a woman. He was identifying as a man. So you should be trialed as a man. She sends that tweet out, and here go all the people who said God was wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry. No disrespect, but that's what I call trans people. I call them the people who think God was wrong. I'm a religious guy, spiritual guy. God don't make no mistakes, but obviously you guys feel he did because, you know what? Not even going to go down that road with y'all. Not going to go down that road with y'all because it's not about religion. It's not about what I believe or anything about that. It's about criminal law and fact. The fact is that man raped a woman. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Y'all going to get mad at me. Y'all going to be real upset about what I'm about to say, trans people. I don't give a fuck what you identify as. I don't care if you was a boy and you look in the mirror and you see a woman. Fuck your feelings in that moment because you didn't give a fuck about anybody's feelings when you was doing that criminal act, did you? When you was raping that woman, you didn't care about identifying as a woman at that time because you would have had empathy like a woman. You didn't. Your dick got hard and you stuck it in something you wasn't supposed to. And now that you caught, you want to identify as, oh, I'm trans, I'm a woman. No, you're not, nigga. You's a nigga who's foul. You need 5 minutes behind a handball court with me. 5 minutes behind the handball court with me? Oh, trust me, you'll be identifying as a woman then because I'm going to beat the shit out you like you little bitch. Raping woman. How dare you? But anyway, the LGBT community tried to destroy J.K. Rowling. I'm sorry I went on a tangent, but I take rape, molestation real serious to the heart. I got daughters. I be goddamn. But let's get back to the story. They all came and tried to cancel her, even as going as far as denying her access to the HBO reunion. What? All the money I put in your pockets? All of you actors and actresses who came to the reunion didn't even stand up for me? You guys wouldn't have the money you got and acted in the movies you acted in without me. There is no you without me. You'll be searching and still sitting there waiting on tables for tips while you wait on the gig. This is me talking. This is not the thoughts of J.K. Rowling. She is a much nicer person than me. So don't think this is coming from her. But if I was her, this is what the fuck I would have said. How dare you? But yeah, they came at her head because they feel that if that guy is identifying as a woman, and this is what I hate about the trans people sometimes. Sometimes you get lost in your agenda. Yes, I said it. Agenda, which you try to push on people. And I know this might affect my good friend Ivan, my good friend Angelica, my brother. But you guys, and I keep telling you guys, well, me and Ivan never had the conversation yet, but I wanted to. You three are different. Like, when I mean you three are different, I like, before you guys came, well, Angie, I met you was already outside. But everybody else, before you guys came outside, we already knew, bro. It was a part of you. Even if you ain't think it was a part of you, you said it with your body language. It exuded out of you. You know what I mean? We knew that you were a gay man. We knew that she was a lesbian woman. And that's just that. It's just who you guys were. It was part of your being. Cool. But you guys didn't go around doing criminal activity and then blaming it on, oh, well, I'm gay, so I should be able to get a lighter sentence. Or, oh, I'm a lesbian, so I should be able to get a lighter sentence. Or, no. Luckily for you guys have never been in trouble with the law. But if you were, you probably would have just stood tall and took your time. You wouldn't try to switch up shit to make it convenient for you at this time. And that's where the trans people get lost in. You get lost in so much of your agenda, wanting to be what you wanted to be, but you're not being what you want to be. I know I might have confused it right there, but you want to have the right to be whatever you feel like being at that time, right? Cool, no problem. Then be that. Let that man be the criminal that he is. Let him be the rapist male that he is. We're not talking about today. We're talking about when he made that criminal act. He was a man identifying a man when he raped that woman. Simple, period, point blank. That's it. That's all. All this extra and these extras that you guys are doing? No. Like, you guys trying to tear this lady down and she's just speaking sense, simple sense. The man raped a woman. Period. As far as everything else after that point, I don't care. I don't care if he sat there and saved 1 million puppies after that. I don't care if he donated $100 million to coronavirus vaccine research. I don't care if he sat there and opened up 100 schools for inner cities. That man raped a woman. Period. It ends there. It ends there. He should be trialed as a man, sentenced to the full force of the law. Whatever the max is, he should get. Yes, he should get. I'm not calling him by what he wants to be now. I'm calling him by what he was. He's a criminal. That's what he is. As of today, he's a criminal. So I'm calling him what he identified as when he was doing the crime. Criminal. This shit is crazy. Like, when they first brought the gender-neutral bathrooms to New York City, I sit there and I voiced my opinion on how this is a very, very bad idea. This is a very bad idea. And it wasn't a bad idea because it has nothing to do with the LGBT community at all. It was a bad idea because I know, damn, criminals are cruel and they take any advantage they can. And I knew what was going to happen. And that's why I voiced my opinion. And then less than 2 weeks of them implementing it, what I said happened. There was a guy in the bathroom peeping through a hole on a little girl while she was using the bathroom. Little girl had to be at least 7 or 8 years old. Little girl, noticed it, screamed, yelled, cried. Mom came in, everything, and then when the officers and everything got there and everything, you know what was his response? Oh, it's okay if I'm in here. I'm trans. Not the fact that, no, I wasn't looking at this little girl while she's using the bathroom. Like, even if you are, and let me say this, yes, ladies, trans women, even if you do identify as a woman, it's still creepy and weird for a grown woman to be staring at the body of a little girl that she doesn't know. Or even if you do know her. That's creepy, that's nasty, and you're just as disgusting. Sorry. See, that's what a lot of the trans women want to do too. A lot of the creepy ones. I'm talking about the men who are predators and who are using the trans community to their advantage. That's why I'm upset about this inclusion of everything, because it opens too many doors for the. I guess people don't take that into effect. You know what? Yeah, you don't. You really don't take certain things into effect when you're being highly selfish. Selfish. Yeah, trans community. The S in trans stands for selfish. You want to do what you want to do? Well, you can't get what you want to do. No, you're not going to get trialed as a girl. You was a man, you're going to get trialed as a man. That's crazy. I don't play with that, bro. Like, I don't. And this lady is sitting here going back and forth with people who are just oblivious to the point. The point, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a smooth fart about what you want to identify about right now, bro. I don't care. Nobody cares. If you think somebody cares, jump off a 20-story building and see if care catches you. If care catches you before you land, then somebody cares. But if you open your eyes and you in the motherfucking check-in line for hell, I don't want to hear nothing. Like, how did I end up here? Don't somebody care? Nobody cares because you raped someone, you nasty individual. You're, man. And then not the whole community. This ain't for the whole community. Like I said, my friend Ivan, my homegirl Angie, and my brother, they are part of the community of striving citizens, and they live their life, but they also don't have no agenda behind it. They just want to be them and do them. There's no problem with that. There's no problem with that. They're not trying to influence little kids to do this. And that's another problem I got, but we could talk about that at a different episode at a different time. You know what I'm saying? Because the word, and yes, I said little kids because I feel the word sexuality and kids don't even go in the same sentence. The kids don't even know how to spell the word sexuality, yet they can identify their sexuality. I'm not even going to go there. Let's get back to JK, because that's what it's about. It's about this lady being demonized for standing up for what's right. And what's right is that man needs to go to jail because he raped a woman. What about the victim? You saw it. What about his feelings? He identified. What about her feelings? The one who got something taken from her. That's who it's about. It's not about you. And that's the problem with you trans people. Yep, I said, now I'm grouping all of you. Y'all think it's about you. It ain't. Y'all honestly need to be separated from the LGBT community because you guys are crazy. I don't care if I'm getting canceled, but you guys are crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy to think a man could sit there and rape a woman and then be identified as a woman for a lighter sentence because that's how he feels. You're fucking crazy. Fuck your feelings. Fuck your feelings. That man is guilty. He needs to go to jail. And that's that, man. That's that. Ain't nothing else to say. J.K. Rowling deserves an apology. And she stands up for the LGBT community. That's the crazy part. She's one of y'all biggest advocates. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she might be a lesbian woman, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, then I'm sorry. But she stands up for the LGBT community. Yet, she saw something that was wrong, And she wanted to, like, what's wrong with wanting to get that out of the community? I'm gonna end it with here. For all you trans people, transsexual, I don't know the correct wording. So if I say something that offends you, kill yourself. I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care. Kill yourself. Cancel me. Come for me. But what I don't understand is how, if there's something bad in the community that can make the community look bad, why would you guys stand up for it? Like, if there was a nigga in my community just robbing old ladies, I would want to beat him the fuck up, get him locked up. And guess what? Now that problem's not in the community no more. So if there are men who feel like they can go around raping women and then identify as women and then have the LGBT community back them up, y'all should want to get that out of your community. And not try to hang the people who's trying to get that badness out of the community. It's like a weed. Pluck that weed out. Come on, y'all. Y'all smarter than this, man. Y'all better than this, man. My fault. I had to just go on that rant. That shit pissed me off when I read the story, man. Until next time, man. Stay loyal. Stay righteous. Stay true to yourself. And I'm outie. 5,000. Peace.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
What's going on, everybody?
Audio
What's
Jungle.
going on? What's going on? Stay loyal, stay righteous, stay true to yourself. Stay loyal, stay righteous, stay true to yourself.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.